You know, the Bible tells some really amazing and interesting things about God, about what God knows. And in Luke chapter 12 and verse 7, it says that the very hairs of our head are all numbered. Have you ever thought about that? How many hairs do we have on our head? According to some experts, we're born with about 100,000 hairs or hair follicles on our heads. Now, it's interesting to note that blondes have more. They normally have around 150,000. Redheads only have around 90,000. And if you have black or brown hair, it's around 110,000. You're saying, well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, if you multiply the number of people on the earth by at least 100,000, God's got a pretty high numbering system, doesn't he? But in Psalm chapter 147 and verse 4, it says that God determines the number of the stars and calls them by name. How many stars are there? Well, depending on who you listen to and who estimates, some have estimated there are as many as 70 billion trillion stars. God numbers them, and he calls them and knows the name of every single one of those. Isn't that amazing? If God knows the number of hairs on my head, what else does God know? He knows my thoughts. He knows my words. He knows my struggles. He knows my actions, my motives, my fears, my joys, my battles, my victories, my losses, my tears. God knows every single thing about me. He knows if I love him above all else. He knows if I'm singing, oh, how I love Jesus, if I really do love Jesus. How does that make you feel? What I hope it makes us feel is that we can know that God wants the very best for me. And he offers the very best for me. He tells me that in Romans chapter 8 and verse 28, when he said, everything works together for good to those that love the Lord. How many hairs are on your head?